And Joe Biden was recently caught on tape at one of these wealthy events, quoted saying, "Your lifestyle's not gonna change." Is that a concern for you, or is it not something you're really worried about? And I'm just trying to gauge.
Considering what we have now, my concern is our environment, like I said, the climate that we live in, and the fact that as an educator, as a teacher, I want to be able to steer my students in the right direction and not give them bad information. So I believe in education. I believe in learning, and I think it's a great gift that we can give to our students and our society. And I don't, the reason if we keep students in an income based on what their parents are, we're not allowing them to grow. We're not allowing them to experience. We're not allowing them to become one of the 1%. So, we're putting so many weights on them that they're being weighed down. So, am I concerned with his comments about it? No. My hope is that, maybe I'm teaching the next 1%. Maybe my kids will be the ones that, can grow and become in that, the goal could be into that percentile. Who knows,
And then maybe they could come with some other Wall Street policies and be the next Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know unless you give them a chance to try. If everybody needs that same, chance, and I think that's what we have to give on the education level. Everyone deserves the same chance. I want to see everybody start, not with an advantage, not with a disadvantage, just all start together and make sure that finish line is attainable to all.
I just want to push back just a little bit. If we have what we have now, and we have a system where the top 1% gets, I want to say it's 40 or 20% of all the wealth right now, and the bottom 40% cannot afford a $400 emergency.
Sure.
Wouldn't we need like some kind of wealth distribution to fix that gap to where, maybe y'all's living situation will have to change just a little bit in order for the folks at the bottom to be able to live decently and, like you said, have that even shot.
Definitely. I think we have to, but that, I think that has to come from a more, I don't know how to say it, a more social issue, and it has to be more of a conscious issue. And it's something that, just because, a slot machine, we live in the greatest state, if somebody next to a person on the slot machine wins $100,000 and the person next to them lost $100,000, do they have to give that, share that, you know what I mean? But the person may sit there and say, you know what, you've been really trying hard, let me give it over. But I think the 1%, that's really sticky for me because it's really out of my league. Because I really don't look at that. I don't try to look at the Joneses or the neighbors. I really try to focus on what I have in front of me. And by directing, directing my students in that direction. I have students that are very unaware of certain things, and I have to bring them up. I teach 5th grade. Some of these kids are coming to the country in 5th grade. So they're totally behind in so much of the social studies aspects, the geography, on top of the math and on top of the language. And this is a 10-year-old that we're expecting to, pop in to sit with 23 other kids that have been there since preschool. So, so there's so much in my education field that I want to see addressed and I want to see taken care of. As far as the wealthy, I don't have any answer for that because, I was born in the Bronx, so I've lived and I've, got myself and I'm in a nice place now. So I don't know. I really can't answer that question. With all honesty, I can hope that somebody's conscious would sit there and say, wow, somebody's hungry, let me buy them a burger. I would hope that this 1% that you speak about sits there and says, you know what? I'm never going to spend this money, so let me just give it to a good cause. I'm hoping that, if you have $10 million, you can live just as nice with $9 million. So I don't know how that makes a difference. That's totally out of my league.